Very disappointed, very angry. This is just sad, tragic, and we just got to do better. This gun violence is outrageous, and enough is enough. 13,900 block of Frankfurt, just before 5 o'clock. Two teenagers are standing in front of that home when they were approached by two suspects armed with a weapon. We don't know what type of weapon just yet. They fired shots, striking both. Unfortunately, the 13-year-old is deceased. The 17, 18-year-old, we don't know just yet. Looks like he's going to make it, but is shot as well, conveyed to an area hospital. We're looking at everything. We've got two suspects that are out. We think they're both in their teens, both armed, considered armed and dangerous. We don't have a whole lot to go on. Blue jeans, dark colored clothing. We're asking anybody in this area that saw anything just before 5 o'clock today to let us know, to reach out to us and let us know. We're going to be going through the neighbors, trying to pull Ring doorbell cameras and any other camera assets that we have around here, but just very, very tragic. And again, not a whole lot to go on.
Chief, the initial information we got when we got out here is that you have this 13 and the 17-year-old. They're over there by that pine tree, and that the two who rolled up on them were essentially known to them, that there's some sort of beef here. Now, I don't know, is it a neighborhood thing? Did it originate at school, or is that not what your squad is telling you?
We're looking at everything. We've heard that theory, but I don't want to confirm that. It's just so much out there. It just happened. We want to get this information out to the community for obvious reasons, but I don't want to confirm that it's a neighborhood beef, if it's a school beef. We're going to run down every single theory that we have. We're going to work with the community to find out. Somebody knows something, so we want to know what you know, and we're going to compare it to what we know. Our investigators, as you can see, are out here knocking on doors and trying to find out. But at the end of the day, we got a 13-year-old child that has been murdered in our city, and that should be a problem for everybody. And we need everyone that knows something about it to let us know so we can get to the bottom of it and make an arrest and get this violent person off the street. And we got another tragedy, another one of our kids that's been shot, on a Thursday in our community. It's just outrageous, it's awful, and it's got to stop.
We saw a dog out here earlier. Any success with a track at all on those suspects?
Yeah, we've got dogs out here doing tracks. We got the ATF on the scene. We're going to recover evidence. We're going to do everything we can. The officers are really good at this. The detectives are good at this, but it's beyond being good detectives and being good investigators. We need to stop this violence. I'm glad that we're good at what we do, but we shouldn't have to do it so much, and we don't want to have to do it so much. We want our community to thrive and not be victimized by gun violence or any other violence. So, we're going to use the dogs, and we're going to use all that stuff and every tool we have at our disposal to get these perpetrators off the street. And I'm confident that these investigators are going to do that, and we're going to close this, but it's not going to bring the 13-year-old back. And the other child that's been traumatized and shot, it's not going to, erase this memory from his head. So we got to do better. We got to work better together and stop this ridiculous violence in our community.
Both victims, are they both males?
Both males, both teenagers, 13, and I think the other one's 17, maybe 18.
Is there a family connection there, Chief, or are they just friends?
I think they're just friends, but again, we're running down all of that. But right now I'm hearing that they're just friends, and maybe one of them was just returning from school. So I don't know. We're just going to look at every single thing. I heard the theory of the beef. The detectives are working that angle too. That's where we're at.
The relevance of this location, the 13-year-old's home or the 17-year-old's home?
I don't know that yet. I don't know whose home it is. I don't know if it's a relative home. I don't know. And I don't even know which family members have been notified. It just happened a couple hours ago, so I don't know yet.
Folks being cooperative?
Yeah, the witnesses are, we don't have really witnesses at this point, but the people we've talked to that may have some video assets that we need access to are being very cooperative. And the detectives, the commander from homicide is here. We're going to make sure that we do everything right. If we need search warrants, we're going to put some search warrants up. If we get consent, certainly we'll be using that and getting sign-offs on that to get all the evidence that we need.
And I apologize if you said this towards the beginning. Were they in a vehicle? Were they on foot?
They're on foot. We think they escaped on foot, but may have got into an awaiting vehicle.
I may have missed this too. Is there evidence that the suspects and the victims knew each other, or was this just a random thing?
It's not random, but we don't know the connection yet. This isn't. This is a very violent episode, and the way that we have pieced together what happened thus far suggests that it's not random, but we don't know the connections yet. So that's where we're at. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.